It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What it do? What it do? Welcome to another episode of Let's Bet It. Been a little bit. Been about a week since we've been on. A little less than a week. Man, just life hitting you, all type of shit. But man, we here to break down some NBA Cup play, and 10 games on the board. A lot of good plays. I think a lot of good plays. Let me turn this music up a little bit. A lot of good plays on the board tonight, so we'll get into a few of them. I think LJ might be joining us tonight. Maybe Stacks. Black Friday, man. It's just always like a weird time of day. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We ate good. I hope you guys ate good, but might not ate good, and chilled out with family, chilled out with some friends. Had some laughs, and man, we back at it today. So not gonna waste no time. Like let's get into some of these games tonight. Magic and Pistons. Pistons laying 3.5 at home. Total sitting at 232.5. Man, this game. I like the Pistons to start. I actually like them first half. I do. They're coming off of a loss in Boston. That was a game that I was on Boston first half and didn't cash that one. But I think, man, I'm just not sure about Detroit. Does Detroit after that loss? Do they come back to earth a little bit? Do they lose a few? Or are they a good enough team to where, all right, we just had this 13-game win streak, we lose one, and we come back home. How do we respond? And this is really a game that I really want to watch and see how the Pistons respond to that loss. The Magic obviously have been playing, they've been playing well. They had a rough start to the season, but they've been playing well lately. If I could bang on anything in this game, I think the Pistons defense will come to play in this spot, and I like the Magic team total under 115.5. I know it was. Let me make sure it's still 115.5. It was 115.5 this morning, but let me double check that quick to make sure that is still the number. And I know unders are dangerous to bet, and it just went down to 114.5. So I should have took the 115.5 this morning, but now it's down to 114.5. I loved it at 115, but it's went down. I think if anything, the Pistons bring the defense here tonight, whether they win or lose the game. I think the Pistons. I think the Pistons are the right side in the first half. I like the team total under for the Magic. Not sure for the full game because the Magic have been playing a lot better. But any bet, like if I had to bet something here on this one, it would be Pistons first half. You can get -1.5. You can get -2. And I would take the Magic team total under. I do think that the Pistons bring the defense tonight. So we'll hit the next one. Wizards and Pacers. This line sat at 6.5 for pretty much since it rolled out. It opened at 6.5. Total was sitting at 239.5. And a couple ways to look in this game. You guys already know I'm a Pacers homer. Love my Pacers, but they've been terrible this year. Tanking. There's a lot of shit going on with this team, but If I had to really pinpoint any like spot in this game that I think would be a good one, it would be Pacers first quarter. Um, I saw it at -1.5 on FanDuel. It might have went up with the overall spread going up, so you might be able to get a 2.5. I really liked it at 1.5, but I, the way I look at the Pacers and the Wizards, right, as far as organizationally, we can't disregard that the Pacers just went to the NBA Finals last year in a Game 7. They are a serious organization about winning, and they're an organization about knowing when this is not going to be your year. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and then you look at the Wizards, man, like they have just been bad. They have been bad, for a while. And organizationally, like you can't really trust um, this franchise to want to get better. I'm not sure what it is with this team. I don't know if it's its ownership, its front office, it's all the way down the board. But Nimhard is also questionable in this one too, which gives me a lot of pause. But man, if I had to really look anyway, it would be Pacers first quarter. Um, Even without Nimhard, I think this team just it's got more pride than um, the Wizards do. And also, if you look at the Pacers schedule, this is going to be the first game of a 4-game homestand for them, and their next 3 are against. They got Washington tonight, but they've got Chicago, they've got Cleveland, and they've got Denver coming in. So I think if there's any game that they're going to get, out of this 4-game homestand, it's got to be tonight, and it's got to start early. It's got to start in the first quarter. They can't come out flat. So um, look for me in this game would be Pacers first quarter. Let me look and see where that number is going. It was 1.5 this morning. One second. Let me look. I hope it hasn't went north of 2. Hope not. Man, it's at 2.5, but it's almost like even money. Man, and a 1.5 to win down to -128. So I don't know. If you can find a Pacers first quarter -1.5, that would be my play. Not sure about a 2.5 because you're adding possibly an extra possession to that. But Pacers first quarter -2.5. Another look. I'm always going to look at in a game like this where we're expecting a lot of points and a lot of pace. I would be looking at definitely Ben Mathurin points. Looking at his points. Over 22.5. I mean, you can get that. It's kind of juiced at FanDuel. But, I mean, and especially with Nimhard being questionable, Ben is going to have he's just going to get to the bucket, and the Wizards don't offer much resistance as far as getting to the cup. So, and stopping anybody, honestly. So, I could see Ben Mathurin over 22.5 points, a real play here. Maybe the best play of the game, honestly, off the spread and the total. All right, next one. 76ers at Nets. Nets getting 7 at home, total sitting at 222.5. No MPJ, no Cam Thomas. It looks like Maxi's in tonight. Paul George, looks like he might be making a return tonight. I mean, I could only look at the Sixers here. The spread opened at 6. I know some people got it at 6, but the only way I could look is the 76ers. I mean, the Nets. There's nobody on this team that's going to score basketball, and man, just another franchise. Like, what are we doing here? Like it just seems like they are really spinning their wheels. But what I will say about the Nets is I think they are a franchise that is at least trying to win. They've shown it, making trades in the past for Harden, Durant. They were at least trying to win. So the Nets just they have nobody on this team that can score. And as much as I would like the Nets team total wonder, I don't trust the Sixers defense. If anything, I think the Sixers are going to score. And but if I had to lean a certain way, it would probably be Sixers first half. I think the Sixers jump on them early. Once again, another cup game. So I think the Sixers jump on them early. They're up, by more than 3 possessions at halftime. Next one, Bulls Hornets. Nothing on this one for me. Hornets don't play defense. Bulls don't either. I could only see an over, but this total is crazy. At damn near 250 points. But I could only see an over on this one. Like I said, Bulls not playing defense. Hornets not playing defense. It could be a track meet, or it could go way under. This game is just so weird. I wish I had a toilet bowl or some just. I mean, this is just a straight ass game. Just straight ass. So nothing for me. Bulls Knicks. Knicks laying 8.5 at home. Total sitting at 229.5. Giannis is still on the injury report. I'm keeping a close eye on this one because if the Bucks rule Giannis out, I will be all over the Bucks team total under. So like I said, nothing official yet, but if the news comes through through Twitter from me that Giannis is out, I'm just gonna be all over the Bucks team total under, and I'm gonna this will be an official play. So this is not gonna even be a play that I could give out on Twitter because when he gets ruled out, it's gonna happen so fast that you have to go get it when it happens. So I'm telling you right now, if Giannis is ruled out tonight, I'm going to go get Bucks team total under. Let me see what that total looks like. So you guys are not surprised. When we get there, let me see what this is. So the Bucks team total right now is sitting at 110.5. If Giannis gets ruled out of this game, I'm all over 110.5. Him not playing is such a negative for this team. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that this supporting cast is straight ass without him. He is the team. If there's anybody that means more to their team, it's Giannis. It means the most. Because you take him off, the Bucks are historically bad, I think. Not a good team at all. So keep an eye on that. Like I said, if Giannis is ruled out, I will be all over the Bucks team total under 110.5. Happy Thanksgiving, Phil. And happy, just happy, just happy, like everybody like having a good time. Like I'm seeing the plates on online, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, just enjoy your family, happy time off, happy vibes, just all that good stuff, man. Just appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed food and family and some sports, man. Sports is, to me, that's it's almost like equal. Like when you got good sports on Thanksgiving, and you got family and friends and good food, man, just great shit. So let's get to this next one. Cavs Hawks, another big one. Last I looked, that line is still the same. Hawks catching 6.5 at home, total sitting at 236. The Cavs, I think Porzingis is questionable. He was downgraded to questionable. Um, Not sure how that's going to look. If I had to guess when it comes to him, if he's downgraded as questionable, he's probably going to be out, which I think presents an even better advantage for Cleveland. Um, Here's the thing: Cleveland don't care about the regular season. They don't. We've probably talked about it on this show before. Maybe a few shows ago, but yeah, Cleveland don't care about the regular season. Are they trying to win games? Are they trying to be competitive? Are they not punting the regular season, but they don't give a shit about it neither. You know what I'm saying? Like they they really exerted themselves heavy, especially that first part of the season last year, and it cost them in the playoffs. It really did because they had put so much into that regular season and being the number one seed. And I mean, I know they started 17 and 0, 18 and 0, something like that. They're not on that right now. They're not on that this season. They're trying to get healthy. They're trying to get, they're trying to have their guys in the best possible position when it comes to April basketball, and as opposed to, you know, Thanksgiving basketball. But do I think there's going to be spots that they get up for? I think this is one that they get up for. I do. Even though it's on the road, I like the Cavs in this spot. I like the Cavs in this spot. Obviously the 5.5s are going at 6.5. But the one thing that I trust in this spot more than anything is I trust the Cavs defense. I trust the Cavs defense. I think on the road, if anything, they are going to bring maximum defensive effort in this one. And with Porzingis out, I think that only helps the Cavs defense because you don't have to deal with Porzingis maybe being, stretching out, maybe hitting a three. And you don't have to worry about him on the defensive end either, which I think helps with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley not having to deal with him, and maybe being able to exert more energy on defense. So if there was a way I was looking in this game for the Cavs and Hawks, I'm looking at the Hawks team total under 115.5. I think you're going to see a max defensive effort by the Cavs tonight, and especially if Porzingis is questionable and doesn't play. They haven't been bad. No shade against the Hawks, but I think this is a spot where Cleveland is like, all right, we're gonna play serious tonight. Everybody's available. Let's do it. And I think that's where we'll see Cleveland clamp down on the defensive end. All right, next one, Kings and Jazz. The Jazz. I like the Jazz in this one. The Kings just aren't a good basketball team. They've got super fans yelling at them and shit. If I did the Kings, let me see. Let me look at the Kings. They're coming off a loss in Phoenix, or at home versus Phoenix. So Phoenix came in and smacked them up, by 12. And the Jazz at home are just different. I think that's been well documented. They turn into a much. It's almost like they just change. They're just Jekyll and Hyde, like in the craziest way at home. And if the Jazz are at home, a short 2-point favorite, I gotta take it. If I gotta bet it, I think the Kings. I think Sabonis wants out. I think Sabonis wants out. It's crazy because it got dysfunctional in Indiana with Sabonis and Miles Turner being here. You know, Sabonis asked for a trade and he got one, and you know we ended up with Tyrese. But I love Sabonis. I love his game, but he's just not really a guy that you are going to make a deep playoff run with him being your best option. I want to see Domas go to a situation. I want to see him go to a contender. I want to see him go to a contender. I want to see him go to a contender. And what contender would that be? Where does Domas need to go? Because Fox asked out last year. He's in San Antonio, much better situation, way better ceiling as far as championship contention. I think Sabonis deserves that. And I just, you know, if you guys got an idea of where he could end up, I would love to hear. But I think Sabonis in Sacramento is a wrap. So if I had to look away, Jazz -2, couldn't talk you off of an over for the game, but the Jazz scored home. That's what they do. We all know the Kings don't play defense. One of their super fans called them out, called Levine out for not having 8 points and not playing no defense. And this franchise sucks. Suns Thunder. Oh, and that is wrong because if the Thunder are ever getting points at home, I will definitely bet it every time, but that is not right. But Suns coming off a nice win, like we talked about before, on the road in Sacramento. Looks like they could be probably due for one here tonight. Jalen Williams is coming back for OKC, his first game since Game 7 of the finals. So good to see, you know, a young player back, even though they beat my team. But all good, man. Love to see this guy back. This Thunder team is an absolute problem. Everybody knows it. So if I'm looking away, man, I got to look at the Suns not being able to score in OKC tonight. Friday night game, cup game. Don't know if the cup really matters to the Thunder or not. I have to doubt it. But, man, when it comes to the Thunder at home, they're going to play defense, and I feel like they're going to bring a defensive effort tonight against Phoenix. Player prop wise, if I'm going to do Phoenix, not do Phoenix, but if I'm going to play, if I think that Phoenix is not going to be able to score, I got to think that Booker's going to get bottled up here tonight. So his PRA could be a look. Yeah, I think his PRA under could be a look. Coming off a win, OKC is always going to be a tough place to win anyway. But Cup night, not a lot to do in OKC. So Friday night, man, the fans are going to be out. They're gonna pack that boy out. And I think that the Thunder and the spread, Suns team total under, I think those are just excellent looks for that one. Next one, Spurs and Nuggets. Don't trust the goddamn Nuggets. Give me the Spurs, man. Give me the Spurs. I think they try and come to play tonight a little bit. That total is 238.5. I think I like the Nuggets, but they've got to be they just got to be whole. They're not healthy right now, and they've got a couple of they got Braun out, they've got Aaron Gordon out, and once again another veteran team that is playing the long game, trying to win a championship. And you're not winning the championship, trying to win the NBA Cup either. So I like the Spurs to possibly cover here, maybe early, maybe like them early. I don't know, but My gut and just just looking at these two teams and looking at how they've been playing. Of course, the Nuggets have Jokic, best player probably in the NBA, but um, I think this is a spot where these two teams, especially the Spurs, I think they get up and I think they cover. So give me Spurs on this one plus 7.5 total. I think this is a sneaky under too. I think it's a sneaky under. Um, I don't know. This is weird, but I think defense. I think there's a little bit of defense to keep this under 238.5. So, all right, next one. Grizzlies, Clippers, Clippers, laying 6, total sitting at 224.5. And it might be about time to free James Harden. Give me Grizzlies plus 6.5. The Clipper experiment did not work with Kawhi and Paul George. Paul George is in Philadelphia now. James Harden still hooping, but this team, and especially once Norman Powell walked, I mean they're not serious. I don't think this Clipper team is serious about really winning. They got a bunch of old motherfuckers on the team, and I just think that the Clippers, it's time to reset, but they're in a tough spot too because they don't like a lot of their draft capital goes back to OKC. So if y'all think the Clippers are bad now, they finna be real bad. Probably the next 5 years. Just go back and look at the what they owe the Thunder for the Paul George trade. Not looking good. So I don't know. I like the Grizzlies plus 6. No player props in this one. Total is what it is. If I had to guess anything, maybe Grizzlies team total over and avoid the full game total. Clippers ain't playing no defense. Maybe the Grizzlies can get points here. I don't know, but look for this one would be Grizzlies plus 6. Last one of the night, and this is one that I've got in a real big opinion on. Mavs and Lakers, total sitting at 231.5. Lakers laying 9.5 at home. I just think that the Mavs just won't be able to score tonight. That's what I think. I think the Lakers bring some type of. I mean, they're not the best defensively, but they're not awful either. And we all know that this Mavs team just can't score. I had it in my. Bed sheet. Let me look at it. Okay, let me see what the team total is for the Mavs. 111.5. And I just all right, let's talk through this. This will be one we can maybe talk through together. So let's go back and look at that one. So 102 in Miami, 102 at home against Memphis, 115 in the win against, or 118 in the win at home in New Orleans, 111 at home against New York, 96 on the road in Minnesota. They did 138 at home against Portland, 127 against the Clippers. But it's almost like when they go on the road, their offense completely dies whether they win or lose. Like they have a win in Washington that is 111-105. Or at Washington, that's 111-105. Still won the game. But it definitely, I mean, it falls below this team total of 111.5, and that's against Washington. At Memphis, This is on November 7th, 118-104. That's in Memphis when they look worse then than they do now. They look a little better now, I guess. But I don't know. I might have just talked myself into my play of the day. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Best bet. It's going to be Mavs. Mavs team total under 111.5, minus 110. You can get that on FanDuel. I like it. I talked myself into it. And there's a few other spots that I like too. But that's going to be my best one for the show. But you know what? I mean, it's Black Friday, so let's give out some more. But that's my top one. My next one. I think would be a Suns team total. Hold on, man. Let me see. I got some stuff. Ben Mathurin points. My next one. Ben Mathurin points. His points right now are over 22.5. Man, I could see him getting a 30 ball tonight. So that might be something you can ladder for real. Like, especially if Nembhard don't play, man, his green light is gonna be the greenest shit we ever seen. So I just think that Mathurin is gonna he's got the green light tonight. So yeah. Went through the games. Good talking to you guys about them. Hit the like button, share. Got a nice little slate tomorrow and Sunday. Might be back both days. Might be back one day. I don't know. We'll see. But follow all of us, man. Like, these are my guys. Can't Stop, GLB, Stacks. Follow us. Porzingis illness ruled out Friday, so just came through. You might want to take the Cavs or take that team total under. All right, y'all. I'm through. Peace out.
If you broke, try to have a nice day. If you're fat, try to have a nice day. If you're skinny, try to have a nice day. If you got a big head, try to have a nice day. If your mama's ugly, try to have a nice day. If your daddy whoop your ass, try to have a nice day. If a dog bites you in the ass, bite him back and try to have a nice day. Try to have a nice day. See, that's my theme. Try to have a nice day. I'm about to leave right now. I'm going to try to have me a nice day. All right. Try to have a nice day.